Hello everyone, welcome to class 10 of our first API course. Until now, we learn how to take input from URL path, take input from query parameters, and how to take input using request body. And today we will combine all three in one API endpoint. This is useful in real world APIs where we send ID in path, send filters in query, send full object in body. Let's learn this step by step with the help of example. If you are new on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and like. I open my VS Code and here I am going to create another class 10.py. Let's see the concept overview of today's lecture. Input type where it comes, and for example the path parameter, this comes from URL. The example is the URL is users and then roll number 1, and after query parameter, this comes from URL after the question sign. Example is if you find those users which are active, and body parameter from request body, this will come from request body in the form of JSON, and the example is this. So these are the three concepts which we are going to combine in one endpoint in today class: path parameter, query parameter, body parameter. Path parameter, we this will come from URL. Query parameter also comes from URL after the question sign, and body parameter from request body with in format JSON. From FastAPI, import FastAPI. From Pydantic, import base model. FastAPI, I am going to create a model with name product, and I am inherit from the base model of Pydantic, and the name is string and the price will be float. After that, I'm going to create an API. This API will with all three inputs. App.get, let me create the put one. App.put products. Don't worry, I will explain each and every line of this code. Let me complete this first one. Product ID and def update product, and this field I want to update this. First of all, product ID will be int, and by default the path will be greater than 0, and I have to import the path from FastAPI path. So after that, product product and available. The type is bool and equal to query, and I am passing the default value is true, and I have to import query as well from FastAPI here. Query. So we have three product ID, and I am going to close this in body. After that, I am going to return a dictionary with product ID, then new data product and available in stock. The value is available. Let me save the code, and first of all I am going to activate my virtual environment script. My virtual environment is activated as you see here. I am going to run con class-10 app reload. Our first API is running on this IP address with port number 8000. Let's copy this or follow the link. As you see, when I follow the link, I am getting not found. I open the Swagger documentation, and I am going to try this. Click on try it out, and here as you see the product ID is the required one, and the data type for product ID is integer accepted, and the available is boolean, and this is the query. So here I am going to pass the product ID 11, let's say, and I am going to pass available false, and the request body is also required one. We must provide this as well. So name I am going to provide wireless mouse, and the price is, let's say, 1600, and here I am going to execute this, and if we see our response 200 means our API requested give us the response successfully request, and in response body product ID is 11, new data wireless, and available in stock is false. Let me understand the code what I am doing here. The product underscore ID is taken from the path product 11 in our case, and here the product name plus price is taken from request body, and available is taken from query parameter available equal to false, and this approach is used in real e-commerce admin panels or update forms. Let's deep dive more to understand what till now I am did it in my code. In first line, this line imports the required tools from FastAPI. I am importing FastAPI to create my FastAPI app, to create the app, and then I am importing the path. This path to use and validate path parameters. This path is using here to use and validate path parameters, and the query to handle query string value like we pass after question mark available equal to true, and the base model to create input body models using Python tag. Here we import the Python tag from base model. After that, on this line, here I am basically create a new FastAPI instance, and after that, in this block of code defines a Python model name product. It accepts JSON data with name a string and price a float decimal number. And this Python model is used for validating request body like we pass the name wireless mouse and the price 1600. And after that, on this line, this creates a put API endpoint, and it respond to the will respond to request like product products 11. And after that, here this function handles three types of data. First of all, the product ID. Here product ID colon int equal to path 3 dots gt equal to 0. This basically getting the ID from the URL path, the ID of the product. This is responsible, and it must be an integer greater than 0. We pass the 11, it is greater than 0, and it is the integer type. We not pass here less than 0 ID for the product as well as, and after that get the data here in this line, get the data from the request body. We pass the name of the product wireless mouse and the name, and the price is 1600. So this line is responsible to get the request body, get the data from the request body. And here we define the product. Here this product is basically structure the must follow product, like the product will be the name and then price in the body. After that, on this line, get value from the query string available equal to false, and by default this is true if not provided. If available equal to not provided something, then by default the available will be true. I hope this will make sense for you. And after that, I am returning a dictionary, and in the response return this dictionary basically returns a JSON object combining the path value product ID, and then the body value product, and the query parameter available in stock if available. So this is basically return a JSON object combining the path value product ID, new data, the body value product, and the query parameter available in stock. I hope this will make sense for you. If any doubt till now, please comment it. I am here to clear your doubts. I open my Postman, and here I am going to test my endpoint. First of all, I am going to update the method put, and our app is running on this. Copy this, I paste it here, and after that I am going to pass, and inside body I am going to pass the name, which is I have to pass in here the dictionary, the name, is wireless. Yes, mouse. And inside URL I pass the product 11 and available equal to fast. Let me execute this, and we are getting error. This I want. Why we are getting here? Because we are passing here. See, this is the string, not the JSON. We have to pass using JSON. Change. Let me execute this again. As you see, the product ID is 11, the name is wireless mouse, and the price is 1500. And available in stock is fast, which we are passing here. If we not pass this, and if we hit this again, by default the available in stock is true, which comes from our code side. The by default query will be true for the available in stock. And if I change this from 11 to 19, the product ID is also changing. I hope this will make sense for you, and in this way you will test your APIs using Postman as well as the Swagger documentation of which FastAPI providing. And if I change from raw to the form data, and if I hit this, you will see model attribute type input should be valid dictionary or object to extract field form. So this response is coming from FastAPI. Why this? FastAPI basically does not accept pedantic models from form data by default. This is coming due to the FastAPI does not accept pedantic models from form data by default. Why? Because form data sends individual key value pairs. This is the key and the value. Form data sends individual key value pairs, as you see here. The first API is pedantic model like product based model. This product based model accept JSON body, not a form field. And if you really want to use form data, you have to pass here the form from FastAPI, and you must extract each field manually using form instead of pedantic model. That's why I am importing form, and I want to change this to extract each field manually using form instead of pedantic model. Let me update this code, and here name string form, after that price float and form. Here I am going to change this from this to dictionary, and here I am going to pass name and the price. After changing all this, and now if I pass the form data to this endpoint, let me send this, and type is missing, body price, and we are, oh, it's changed from price to price due to misspelling. And now I successfully passed the form data to my FastAPI endpoint. So this is the beauty of FastAPI, how the FastAPI works. I hope this will make sense for you. Share with your friends. Now it's time for the assignment. You have to do this assignment to understand these all topics successfully and combine all these concepts. Create an API for orders which accept the order ID. With path param, order ID must be greater than 0, and inside query param, confirm bool optional and default is false, and the body order info with fields product name and quantity. Inside body, you will pass the product name and quantity, and after that return all three values as a response in JSON. This is the simple assignment, and I hope you will do this very easy. Do this and share with comment. If any doubt in this assignment, I am here to clear your concepts. Thanks for watching.